Hello everyone, I'm Greycloak, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 423 of Factorio with the C-Block mod, where we are trying to figure out why we have so much trouble with our titanium production at the moment. We are apparently just not producing sapphirite at all, because of sulfuric acid. So why is that down? Shouldn't we have a bunch of sulfur stored up? Apparently not. So we don't have enough sulfuric wastewater? So why don't we try to bring some sulfuric wastewater back into the system? Potentially. So many barrels. Because we have sulfuric wastewater right here. At least we did if we actually produced something here. Don't want this to be overflow, so let's wait with that. This is also not necessary here, so let's remove. Oh, and we actually need the pipe to go there. This should be a top-up valve, I guess. Or a non-return valve, if nothing else. So we only push it this way through. And we don't even push, we just passively supply stuff, maybe? Stop it! Again, top up. Or we could just pump it. At least to get it started a little bit faster. Could also try to inject a little bit more sulfur if we wanted to speed it up, but I guess we are more looking for a little bit more permanent solution this time around. So we're pumping in more sulfuric wastewater now. That should help a bit. This side actually has quite a lot. Oh, but we haven't removed that one there, so that's why. So these should be running at full speed now. Not sure these are yet. Maybe they are. If we do something like this, it should help a little bit as well. I know I'm prioritizing parts of this setup right now, but right now it is the Zephyrite that we're lacking, and it providing its own sulfuric wastewater just seems like a good idea. Now we could put this in at least temporarily, and I think I am just gonna do that, just so we have more to pump the other direction. Production is starting up a little bit again. Fully? Good. Though we're still low on sulfuric acid, which is fine. We can just go around doing more of this stuff. It should help. We don't want to export this, so let's remove that. Do we have... Well, let's just actively provide that. Same with that. Also, we just don't have enough storage for any of this. So let's make more storage. Oh, Christ, that was filled fast. We really have a problem here. Whoops. Just gonna help the robots a little bit here, because otherwise they won't be doing anything else. Good. We haven't really helped anything there, we just cleaned up a little bit. But we're still running, right? Yes. And we actually have a little bit extra sulfuric acid now. So it seems like we're just doing a lot better already. With even more sulfur coming. We should just be out of trouble now, I think. I am just gonna copy this all around, just for a little bit more equality. And then I guess I do want to pump in more sulfuric wastewater if... Well, we don't have sulfuric wastewater over here, never mind. It is only this setup where we are actually pumping everything back in. Good. So, is that it? This seems like a good amount of production compared to what we had at least. Can even do better than this. This doesn't hit these, so I guess that's a stupid thing to do. So these recipes are the same time, right? 2 seconds. 2 seconds, and this has a higher crafting speed now. And that doesn't reach anything, so never mind. Guess we just need more out here as well. And then we are gonna run out of the basic resource soon, I think. At least that would be expected. We did already do productivity up here. Yep, good. For all of them, yes. And we need manganese for these to run, but that's fine. And honestly, our platinum is doing pretty well at the moment. No, it's not. Never mind. This is a stupid thing that I've had trouble with all the way through this playthrough. How do we fix that? Should these just always be allowed to insert? But then on other stations it's a different area we take from. So we can't do something generic to fix it. Other than just rely on our balancing of the belts, potentially. If we set this to 500. I think we will be allowed to insert stuff again, at least for quite a while. Let's just prioritize this one here at least. You have a time limit, good. You have a time limit, good. Are we out of the base Saphirite ore yet? Almost. So it's time to speed this stuff up. Because we have plenty of this, yes. Problem is we are running out of modules. How many more do we have available? 70. Well, we could just go with lower tiers, but we don't have a lot of those either. We can fill these up. $70 is better than nothing. On the other hand, do we actually need that much more? This is going to processing unit. And processing unit is stopped because it doesn't have anything. So maybe it is a problem. Just make sure that it gets something right now. Well, it's still going to be a problem, I think. So let's go grab modules. Just do something. Meanwhile, we can just have a look at nitinol again. Oh yeah, we need a titanium for that. And I don't want to make the titanium, oh, a new titanium setup again. Whoops, we went too far. Can we actually speed this stuff up, or are we just running out of things again then? Because wouldn't it be nice to actually get more modules to help with our problems? Let's clean up here first of all. So we are low on stuff for this. Okay, insulated wire. But I think I just want to make everything here a little bit faster. At least hit all machines with one of these. This hits the first 6, and this hits the next 6. And all of them hit 6. And do not overlap. Good. And we can just put an extra one here at the end, just to make sure that these at least can keep up. And then we should speed up this stuff as well. Don't care too much about the green modules, so screw those. All of this needs to work. Did we park our train? Is it home? It is. Okay. As we could have used maybe some more robots here for when we actually get some insulated wire, which we are right now. Then they will be busy. I'm just gonna move this down one tile because it annoys me. Now, there's more speed on the blue buildings than on the speed modules than on the productivity modules. I think I'm okay with that for now at least. They should be what we need the most of anyway. Since we're gonna put a lot of beacons down, but we're really only trying to module the productivity module the end products, I think. Now we can productivity these, right? Where we lack insulated wire? No. Unfortunately not. And we are running out of insulated wire again very fast, right? Indeed, we are out. Okay. And the robots aren't even totally busy, surprisingly. Oh well. We are going to go back to titanium. Or we could go to insulated wire. If insulated wire is the main problem at the moment, then we should probably focus there. It's just that I run around to all of these stations and then I make improvements of like 10% increased production, and then I go somewhere else. And then I have to come back in 5 episodes, which seems like a lot of wasted time. And it is. I'm just not too great at, well, dedicating myself to one setup, to getting it up and running a bit better. But what would it take to actually build something here that is a bit more scalable? If I had put all of this in one row, then it would be easy to just copy that and place it on top of itself. Am I going to do that? I'm not sure. But having something that's more scalable is just very helpful, even if we just come back every now and then to scale it up a little bit more. Because then we just put down another setup. I think I want that. Are we good on titanium? Are we okay to focus on this? Oh dear, what is up here? Processing unit. Well, we need more staggers here first of all. Could you go somewhere else, please? I want to fix that stagger problem, because that will happen again. Luckily it's right down here, I think, since I see the trains on the map. And it is good. Now, obviously, a lot of design will go into refactoring this area. But we just need to get the numbers right first, I guess. So we're trying to make insulated wire. Let's just say 60. Arbitrary number. This part is easy. So I'm gonna ignore that entirely until I forget, and then I'm gonna hit myself, but that's fine. We have looked through these so many times, so we are just gonna stick to the same thing that we're already doing. Styrene and butadiene, yes. Can we please this as standard as possible? Make that as standard as possible. Okay. Are we gonna put these by themselves? I am obviously considering directly inserting stuff or piping stuff instead of having robots do everything. At least where it makes sense. Maybe putting both of these into these setups is not really that easy, so we'll see. Ethyl benzene. Actually, no, not that. Just this. Put that in its own thing and put this in its own thing. Okay, ethyl benzene. From benzene and ethylene and the hydrofluoric acid. Actually, that might be a problem for us. We're not out, but we're not full either. And I bet you the train... Well, it actually... is at the station. And it is getting a little bit. But then again, let's... Okay. Focus on one thing at a time. Benzene. From butane or from methane. We get both of these, I think. When we crack the natural gas liquids, methane and benzene, butane, yes. So when we matrix solve that, they should all be used, yes. Good. Cannot do any sort of productivity for these, no. I think I've checked that so many times already, but I keep being surprised by it, I guess. We can do this though. No, not that. This. Maybe our current setup actually makes sense with regard to these. We have 4 of each, right? Natural gas cracking... no, 4 to 3. And they are directly feeding each other, but then the 3 outputs here goes into bottles. And I do think that still makes sense, actually. So maybe that part should be reused. We could put the methane and butane directly into these, though. They are the only thing that consumes them, I believe. Let's check this through. Butadiene from naphtha. And we need to make the naphtha from synthesis gas. From residual gas. And we get that from, well, both this and this. Doesn't look like it's enough though. Why is it not enough? 59 plus 25 does not give us 176. So where do we get the rest from? Are we just burning a lot of stuff to produce more? Are we burning both butane and methane? We're burning benzene, and that's the product of butane and benzene. Oh, butane and methane, right? Butane, no, methane into benzene. Butane into benzene. And more of this, yes. So we are just burning benzene to try and get more naphtha. Are we exporting naphtha from up here? No, we never did. We never did any oil up here. I talked about making an oil outpost to fix stuff, and that would just be so much better. I think. Well, naphtha is still a difficult thing to just make, I think. It requires a lot of crude oil. Funding. And this is the stuff that sucks. Maybe it doesn't suck that well. We haven't gotten this yet. Still doesn't suck too much. for 100 per second. But we did also almost lag 100 per second just to produce 60 of these per second. But that is, of course, without too many beacons. So this is easy to scale a lot higher. Is that something we should just do right now first? Oh dear. I mean, we could also just use this setup to make more naphtha from the synthesis from benzene. What is the easiest to do in regards to that? If we just want to do this, and we unlink that and say 100, we want to make it out of this. We can also make base mineral oil and fuel oil into it. And this, wait, I seem to think that there's a lot more recipes for this, but I might be wrong. No, not useful recipes at least. What is the third thing we get from this? Methane, ethane, butane. And all of those produce residual gas. If we produce some other stuff than what we're producing here, at least. How does we get it to actually try to work on this? If we have to produce these anyway from this. And this comes from that, and that comes from puffers, which we need a lot of then. So this isn't a lot of machines needed to make naphtha. This isn't really a lot either, and we don't consider the puffer breeding needed for this. $16, $21, $22, $23, $25, $6, $7, $10, $16, $18. This is better than good. That also gives us some byproducts that we could use if we wanted to. Also, this can be turned back into more naphtha. But we could also just burn it. So are we going to go and do that? Yes. I am gonna stop questioning myself at least for 5 minutes and then go and do this. We are gonna need some machines that I don't carry around though, and the train don't carry them around, so let's go and grab that first. Algae farms, oil gas separators. Oil refineries. Have I messed this up so bad? Okay, focus. Machines for chemical stuff. Anything else? We need a liquefier for this. That's easy. We need steam, so boilers. Crackers. Why do we not have more of those? I don't know. Can't make the next one yet. Can't make the next of these yet either. Do we have processing units available? Apparently we do. Surprising. Also, those are mine. So we got... No, we haven't gotten these yet. LJ farm. We haven't even produced this tier yet. Gas separators, please. Have these, we have some of these now, I would like more. We have plenty of these, and we will have these soon. Ish. Five, so if we get 10, that's enough for 2 times this setup. Good. And just turn that down a bit again. Still need more of these, I think. 20 of those, that should be plenty. Oh yeah, that's more than 20. Okay. We're good. We have pipe. We also have some pipe we don't want. Everything should be good then. Get the stuff, please. Almost. Thank you. And we might as well send the train for all of the stuff I'm probably forgetting about. Go there to begin with. For example, landfill. Well, there's some in the train, but we'll wait forever for that, so let's just go back and grab some. Thank you. How we're doing on science, by the way, just to get distracted a little bit here. That's not science. That is. Also, we should be making better ropes. More distractions. We're doing okay, I guess. We're probably limited on insulated wire here as well. So might as well make this around here. Is our train nearby? Not really, but it's there. Let's just get it in here. And remove that one. So for something like this, should we make a whole big grand setup? Also, we need sulfuric wastewater for it. I sort of forgot about that. We should still be getting a lot of wastewater overflow though. I'm not sure how we're going to balance that between sulfuric acid and this. Are we actually using sulfuric acid for anything, or are we making it locally? Still catalysts. Well, that needs it. No paths. Yeah, integrated electronics and processing units and CPUs needed. Okay. But we don't need that much, to be honest. But do we want to make a huge shared setup just for this and then connect them together, or do we want to make one bigger integrated setup where we try to directly feed stuff across? Productivity. I don't want to end up with a setup like this again. That is almost impossible to scale on. I mean, yes, we duplicated this part of the setup to double the amount we're producing, but what now? We can't really double that again. And just having one setup that does it all is a lot easier to copy around. It's just not gonna be as pretty. And maybe not as efficient robot-wise either, even if it can directly insert stuff. But let's just try and do it. Well, all of these 5 can't feed that if we also want for that to feed on. So robots, it is 73 of these per second, that is quite a lot. That can feed those directly actually. Okay, let's just get to work here. And I haven't even gotten train stations set up yet, but I just want to do some actual work for once in my life. Can we produce the carbon dioxide with one liquefier, they're called? That's 5 of those. That's already quite a lot of space, but that's fine, we don't need a lot else. A lot of other stuff. These go there. How did I count to 3 there? I'm not sure how I expected this to work. But I guess we can just scale it up to 4. It doesn't matter too much. And then we output the blue cellulose fiber to the robot network, and that brings it over to this. That feeds liquid through, and carbon dioxide back, potentially. It's not the biggest amounts of fluid, so just one pump. Hopefully one liquefier as well. We need some stuff in here to actually see it work, so let's unload some sulfuric wastewater here. And then we need some barrel stuff in to actually barrel all of this stuff up. And potentially bottle stuff up, we'll see. And that doesn't need this. Let's get this started first. Oh, we need fuel for that, obviously. Do we have some extra fuel here? Yes. Just want this to get going as soon as possible, basically. I need to name this though. So this is oil processing, barrel stuff. This just goes there. Get the fuel train in as well, why not? Go. And then we need to get a train in here somehow. Sulfuric waste water. And we need some of the overflow to go here. Should I just make more trains go to the overflow? And then expect them to stay here for a while? I mean, if we just make one more train for that, we should still have enough spots for them to park, I guess. I'm not sure. My brain is not really functioning right now, so I'm just gonna try some stuff, I guess. No, 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 no. Stay here. Okay. You should go to sulfuric wastewater overflow, full, and get back here. Only problem is if it goes to a station that isn't actually producing anything. So we do have some of those. So where is it going? Up to gold. I don't think we're actually outputting anything from gold anymore. Yeah, we're not. So this needs to stop. Is the train still coming here? Yes. Then where's it going now? To silicon. And we aren't putting anything there. We are, but it's not a lot. Oh, okay, we're full on this. No, wait, what? Output full. If we had more storage space. We could rename the station to the same as over here, but wouldn't they just all go here then anyway because it's closest? I think so. Clarifying something here that we shouldn't, or that we just don't want to store up, or what? No, I don't think so. I mean, we can also just change this to oil processing sulfuric wastewater. Empty. And do that with a bunch of them. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I am going to put some more staggers down just so that doesn't bite us later. Good. Wait, didn't... No, I didn't send that because then I named the station. Dang it. Barrel stuff. And why is it we don't just do this actually rather than doing all the smart stuff that I'm doing? If everything is empty or 30 seconds. So if one of them is empty, we still stay for 30 seconds. That seems so much smarter than what I've been doing earlier. You need to barrel up sulfuric wastewater. We need some barrel production. I think we're gonna need bottles as well, so we're just gonna take the whole stack. At least one of them. And use these. And put in more robots, and then work on this while we wait. So you unbarrel this stuff. Good. You make... Oh, we need charcoal, by the way. Ah, cool. And also you are allowed to leave again. Carbon dioxide. Well, we already have some charcoal, so we can get that started. Good. And also do something temporary, just because I want to see this work today. Is it like that? Also, since it is so little, we could just rely on this, but then it makes it more difficult to scale it, so whatever. This will make duality. We will transfer that. Good, we have blue algae. We need to output that. Pick it up, please. What? Could also put this on belts. It not just needs to go into one machine. So belt it is. And it is less than a belt total. But we do need to balance it then. At least a little bit. Good. Oil gas separator. Am I blind? Yes, I am. There. I looked for green stuff because the icon or the blueprint was green. Smart guy, I know. This multi-phase oil. We need steam in for that, so we need some space. Would actually be nice if this was out one tile further. But let's do that. And then we'll try to make steam here. How much steam can we make in one of these? Oh, also they need water in from one side and... Ah, dang it. I hate these. Not really, but they are annoying. Why couldn't it just be steam in one end? Oh, water in one end, steam out the other. Obviously, so they can transfer water, but you know, that doesn't help me right now. I need water. A pump. And you can make 40 per second without beacons. But what if you are beaconed like the rest of them? At least one high tier. One medium tier as well, good. Good. Might as well try and put this back in there, right? which means we need to only top up from down here. Top up. So we do not block this from outputting, hopefully. Now, sulfuric wastewater should also go back in. At least if possible. It's too bad that these are arranged in that direction, because if they were the other way around, we didn't have to have a 3-tile wide thing out here. Oh well. Never mind. But this also means that this should also only be top up. And then this should be used in the next machine. Doing this. And then that has an output of sulfuric wastewater. How much wastewater are we getting back out of this? 18.4, 18.7, 128.7. Okay, so we still lose something, 50 something ish. Good. We also get raw gas out. We could export that, but we're producing quite a lot of it at buffer farming. So I think we're just gonna get rid of it. Let's see for this. No, what? This first. We want hydrogen, right? Because this gives us so much more naphtha than just doing the crude oil. Or is that too much work? I mean, it would make it more difficult to scale. How much hydrogen are we talking? 28.6 per second. So that is easily achievable. If we didn't have to get rid of something, no matter what we did. So no, let's not do that. We are just going to scale bigger and better. So not that, but that. It's still 50 per second. Good. And the other two might be useful as well. Again, we are using, well, maybe not mineral oil, but at least lubricant that we can make from mineral oil from fish farming at the moment. Which is actually just both of them. Apparently we're using more mineral oil than anything else. Rest law. Oh, for barreling, or what are they called? Milling drums. And this is just used for other stuff. Okay. So it could be useful anyway, and this could be used for what are they called? This stuff. Enriched fuel blocks. Or solid fuel. I want to see what that leads into. Because isn't this needed for rocket fuel? No, it's not. Never mind. But an afterburner would still be nice. So we need to make liquid fuel out of it to make... No, that's just enriched fuel blocks, and those are not needed. No. We can make synthesis... I can never say that. Synthesis gas. Really? That's all the options? I don't understand. Well, the rocket fuel is obviously a lot more chemical stuff in with angels, so yeah. Okay, anyway, some of it could be useful. Just out of curiosity, what are the fuel values of this stuff? 12 megajoules, 120% vehicle acceleration, 150% vehicle acceleration. We want this. But again, that's for later. And it probably won't happen, let's be honest. You should probably turn around. No, you shouldn't. You have your fuel right there. Why don't we just hook up a flare stack right there? And for now at least, a flare stack here and here. Left eye. Bill, after please. Yes, we need coverage. Okay, we have barrels, that's good. So we can get rid of this again. Should also get barrels up there, that's good. And we have naphtha, and we need to export the naphtha. This one. Dang it, we need more of these. Ah, yes, I know, this is not fast since we didn't do beacons or anything. First, we can make it produce stuff and export it, and then we scale it up when we feel like it. So you do naphtha unbarreling. At the moment, we actually do not need any canisters or bottles, so let's not waste resources on that. Good. Still need no more barrels, that's fine. Okay. I'm somewhat happy with this. We're probably just gonna have to use higher tier beacons for it, since we have to go all the way out here. So slow. Need to go wider, dang it. Prevent that somehow. Can we live without those two, maybe? Don't want to take it even wider. And we don't have enough of these. Well, we can still reach with this, but we don't have power for some of it. Dang it. And that is either needed there, or we need another one over here. Probably just gonna do this. Got it. Just had to be annoying, huh? So we lack some modules, but we'll just have to do with this, I guess. Good. Heck, why don't we just go ahead and do it on this side as well with lower tier modules in these. Oh, that's not right. Stop it. Am I off by one? Why am I off by one? Oh, because the top one there is different. Stupid power poles. Lines are better than stupid power poles, I guess. Oh, much better. I didn't consider that if we speed this up more, the belt won't be able to keep up. Because I'm smart like that. But of course, use 2 belts. If I could count to 2 at least, you are not supposed to go to the other one. You are. And so are you. Close, far, good. Right now this just can't keep up. Well, I guess these are affected by a lot more beacons than these are, because they're bigger or something like that. Oh, also there's some... Well, this just can't keep up either. Because this can't keep up, because we don't have enough barrels. Because everything is low. And we should stop these requests. And bring the barrels back to other things. Of course, most of those go here, which we store up, which is not very useful. Did we not order a fuel or charcoal train yet? I guess we didn't. Did we name the station? Yes, okay. Charcoal, oil, processing charcoal, empty, go. Okay, I think that is all the naphtha we are going to need for a while. Maybe. And if it's not, it's easy to scale this time. Good. just wish this wasn't necessary to go so wide with that. Or this for that matter. If we moved this in one tile here. Couldn't get both of these in, except this could go directly into the side. No, it could. Could it? Maybe. Is it worth it? Maybe. Am I gonna try to do something? Yes. It's gonna be a little bit difficult, but keep that. This basically. This needs to go here. What is in the way of what? Oil refinery 3 is in the way of that thing here. So if we just move this as... oh, maybe not that. Yes, this is... actually like that. This is fine. These are fine. This is fine. This is not fine. So these two should swap. I was very good at doing that. My bad. This still needs to be there. This somehow needs to... or both of these somehow need to go in there. And this needs to go out there. Still think we can do this. I'm staying positive. But this needs to be there. That doesn't need to be there, that doesn't need to be there. That one can always go there. Like that. Why is this build not full? Because of that? Okay. Because I made or used the wrong blueprint for that one. Okay. Don't limit that actually. If I move this to the left, would it be more... would it be easier in any way? I think we can make this easier, at least. I'm just gonna disconnect that for a little bit. And fill this in. And put this something like there instead. And grab some water again. If we put this here, actually get a pump there, yes. That really doesn't help us. This does though. Whoops. It's really ugly, but it works, I think. You go back in there. Or whatever you were. You were here before, that's not gonna work. It's not good enough. Oh well. Stupid. And then these can move in one tile again. Good. Space saved on the infinite map. Good. We're still lacking so many barrels. So they're all being put in here. Guess we need to just scale this quite a lot. That is useful. This needs to stay so we can make more stuff. Oh, no, wait, we have this stuff to take care of that I forgot about entirely. Goes into a steam cracker, which I didn't bring. Yay! Oh, I just gonna have to store some of that for now then. Did I remove some of those? Yes, I did, okay. Good. Then we're actually waiting for this, and that's fine. We used all of the low tier speed modules. So we only have these 4 left. I thought we had an uneven number of modules, but whatever. It doesn't matter too much. Input is limited here, so this doesn't need... Oh, what? Oh, for these, of course. Stop that, I need those. Scale this down again, I think. No, not that. So now we're just waiting for this, and that's fine. Good, so we're making enough to... All is well. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.